This next piece is a wall art piece, so you're gonna need to grab 2 canvases from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need a stick from your backyard. I love going out in my backyard and grabbing sticks, so just grab a couple for this project. They don't need to be too big. And then you're going to need some yarn in whatever color you want to use. I just grabbed some from my stash, but they also sell yarn at Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna start by hot gluing my stick to the center of my canvas. I was trying to figure out if I should use hot glue or E6000 on the canvas. I ultimately decided that E6000 would probably be the better option here. So I'm gonna put some E6000 down and I'm going to place my yarn on the E6000 and cut it at the end. I really wanted my pieces of yarn to be the same size, and I thought about cutting them before, but I ultimately decided that I should cut them on the canvas because once they go over the stick, I was afraid that they wouldn't be the right size. And I just lightly pressed the yarn down into the E6000. Now this is totally a fun piece. You can do different colors, put the yarn wherever you want. I put the yarn in 3 different places on this stick, kind of based on the shape of this stick. Now on my second canvas, I wanted it to look completely different. So I had this straight stick and I hot glued that down over on the side of the canvas. From there, I started in the middle, just creating long pieces, and I wanted it to kind of taper down to the edges. I love wall art pieces like this because I can be really creative. I just kind of make up the colors and the patterns as I go. I think these 2 pieces look so great together. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of this. I know it's a little out there, but I'd love to know your opinion in the comments. So I'm going to be picking up a couple of the Dollar Tree books. You can get hardback books for only $1, so I grabbed 3 of them. I wanted to customize these books just a little bit, so I'm going to be tea staining the pages. So to do that, you're just going to take any tea bag, it doesn't matter what it is, and then you're just going to put it in some water and you're just going to rub it along the edges of your book. Next, I'll let that completely dry, and then I'm going to open up the book so that I can paint the outside cover. Now, I wanted them to be kind of a light navy color, and I didn't have that color, so I took 2 colors I had and mixed them together. I had a blue chalk paint, and I also had ink by Waverly. So I mixed those 2 paints together, and then I painted the outsides of the books. I went along the edges as well to make sure that I got the edges covered so that when they were shut, it looked nice. When I was at Dollar Tree, I grabbed some of these cool decals that they have. I really love these, and I wanted to put them on the pages of the book. So I cut out some of the designs that I liked, and then to add them to my book, what I did was I held the pages together so that they were really tight together. Then I put the decal down, and then I have this little scraper tool from Cricut, but really you could use anything to put these on, like a gift card or anything to add pressure, and hold the pages together as you're like rubbing the decal on, and make sure you get it completely on before you take off that covering. And I wasn't sure how these were going to turn out, but I think they look really cute. And then I stacked them up in a grouping and love the way they turned out. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of paper mache bowls in high-end decor, and I wanted to try to recreate one on my own. So for this project, I'm going to be using craft paper. I'm going to start by cutting my craft paper down in strips. So I got a large roll from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to fold it over until I can cut it into smaller strips. Now, don't worry if your strips aren't perfect. They do not need to be by any means. You're also going to need some sort of bowl or shape to mold your paper mache around. So I just grabbed this plastic bowl from Amazon. I'm gonna wrap it with a trash bag and then tape it in place. Next, I'm going to create my paper mache paste. So I'm going to be mixing flour with water. You want your paste to be kind of a thin consistency so that it'll hold up as a paste. Next, I'm going to start by putting my strips onto my bowl. So I will dip them into the paste. Then I'm going to wring off any excess paste and I'll add it to the outside of my bowl. I started down at the base and then I kind of wrapped them around the edges and then kind of finished it off at the top. Now with all paper mache, you're gonna have to let it dry overnight before you see how it turned out. I did realize that once it dried, it was a little too white, like I saw too much of the flour, and I wanted it to have more of that brown color. So I went back in and added another layer to the outside. This doesn't hurt it at all. It's just gonna actually make it more sturdy. And then I'll let that dry for another night. Once that dries, I can remove the bowl from the inside. To fill it, I just put some filler down at the base. You can use sacks of any kind. And then I'm gonna top it off with some Dollar Tree moss. And here's how my paper mache bowl turned out. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you guys know that I love these containers from Dollar Tree for a bathroom organization. I have one in my bathroom now with a gold lid that I use for all of my lipsticks. They're just the perfect size for a bathroom. So I picked up 3 of them. I started by spraying the lids with 2 coats of a flat black spray paint. Now lately I've been loving a product called Rub and Buff, so I decided which one I wanted to use. I'm gonna use a foam brush to put that around the handle just to make that handle stick out a bit. So I added some cotton balls. I also had some bath salts. I think these would be great sitting out in your bathroom on a shelf or your vanity. Have you ever looked at the soap dishes at Dollar Tree and thought, you know what, these would make really good little trinket trays? Well, that's what we're doing in our next project. I grabbed a black soap dish. I also pulled out of my stash my little half circle beads, and I'm gonna start by hot gluing those all around the edge of my soap container. Then I'm gonna spray paint it with 2 coats of a glossy black spray paint. This would be really cute sitting next to your sink or your nightstand to throw your jewelry or your rings on. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.